Hey everyone, today we are going to be looking at the houses in Port Saint Lucie that are in the $400,000 price range. A few months back, I made a video on the $300,000 price range and received a lot of good feedback, so now we're just following up with the next price range up. Now it is worth mentioning that the price range that I used for this video, for the stats, are going to be from the $380,000 price range to the $420,000 price range, just to give us a little bit of flexibility in the price so it's not exactly $400,000. But what also is worth mentioning is the stats that I used in this video are from the last 4 months, so October 2022 to January 2023. Now during this time period, the average price in Port Saint Lucie has fluctuated from $415,000 to $396,000. So the houses that we are actually going over in this video today are the expectations of the average house in Port Saint Lucie. Currently, there are about 225 active listings in this price range, or about 17% of the active listings in Port Saint Lucie. Now, over the last 4 months, there were 288 sales, or 24% of the 1,300 sold homes in Port Saint Lucie that were in the $380,000 to $420,000 price range. So today we're going to be using those stats out of the 288 homes sold that were in this price range to kind of give you some more idea of the size of these homes, how many bed and baths you can expect, are they going to be in HOAs, pools, and then lastly we're going to be looking over the zip codes where all of these were sold so that you can have a better understanding and better idea on what areas to focus on at the beginning of your search so that you can research neighborhoods and have a better understanding of where you'd like to move to in Port Saint Lucie for this $380,000 to $420,000 price range. So now let's just get on into the video. So starting off, we're going to be looking at the expectations of these homes based on the 288 sales that were in the last 4 months. So over those 4 months, we saw that the average size home in this price range was about 1,850 square feet, or about $219 per square foot, with an average days on market of 41 days, which is perfect because this gives buyers enough time to look at multiple houses and options and also have time to think about it, unlike the last 2 years in this market. And then next, I know people like to ask, well, are they in HOAs? Are they pool homes? This and that, how many beds, how many baths? Well, 18% of these homes were in HOAs and 14% of these homes had pools. And then lastly, 95% of these homes had 3 beds and 2 baths, at least 3 beds and 2 baths. So I hope this gives you a good expectation of the size and floor plan of these homes that we're going to be looking at, because now we are going to be looking into the zip codes and locations where these homes were sold. Starting off, we're going to be talking about the 2 zip codes that had the most total sales in this $400,000 price range. The first zip code is the 34953 zip code with 147 sales out of the 288. And this is going to be located from Crosstown to Becker and in between 95 and the Turnpike. The average home sold in this zip code was actually the largest of all of the homes, and that would be 1,900 square feet. So if you're someone that's looking for a larger house, then this is definitely an area to focus on. Now, as far as pools go, there was only about 9 out of the 147 sold that had pools. So just keep that in mind if you're someone that needs a pool home, that there may not be as many to pick from in this area. And then the second zip code we're going to be talking about is the 34983 or River Park area. And this is going to be located from Midway Road to about Port Saint Lucie Boulevard. And it's going to be in between the Turnpike and US 1. There were 44 sales in this zip code at an average square foot at about 1,800 square feet. So the homes are a little bit smaller. However, there were 10 pool homes sold out of the 44 homes. So there is a higher % chance of getting a pool home if you are looking in this area. I wanted to start with these 2 zip codes because obviously they have the large majority, with just under 200 out of the 288 sales were sold in these 2 zip codes. And if you're someone that's trying to avoid HOAs, out of these 190 sales, there was only 7 of them total that were in an HOA. So like I said, this may be a good area for you to start your search if some of the stats that I just gave you fit what you're looking for. And next up, we're going to be moving into the next 2 zip codes. And both of them had 6 pool homes sold out of the 24 and only 6 homes in HOAs in each. So both of them are very identical areas and are literally touching, so you can almost look at this as the same area if you would like when you're visualizing what area you'd like to look in this price range. Something to keep in mind is the 34952 area. The average size out of the 24 homes sold was 80 square feet smaller than the 34984. So if that swings you into one direction to look in, you may get more house in the 34984 area. So that's just something to keep in mind. And the last two zip codes we're going to be covering in Port St. Lucie are going to be 34986, which is St. Lucie West, and 34987, which is Tradition. Now in St. Lucie West, there was 38 homes sold, and in Tradition, there was only 11 homes sold. These are going to be our more HOA heavy zip codes to look in if that is what you're interested in. There were 30 of the 38 homes sold in St. Lucie West that were in HOAs, and 9 of the 11 homes sold in Tradition were also in HOAs. As far as pools go, there were no pool homes out of the 11 homes sold in Tradition, and that's because this area tends to be a little bit more on the expensive side. It's newer, it has higher demand, we all want to be in Tradition, everyone loves Tradition, and they just keep growing and growing. And if you are someone that is in this price range and you want to move to Tradition, or you're really interested in that Tradition area, you may also want to try your luck in the 34953 zip code just east of 95. There's a bunch of houses in that area that's just outside of Tradition, where it's only like 5 to 10 minutes to the center of Tradition. So just keep that in mind if you're someone that wants more options but also wants to be as close to Tradition as possible. Now, as far as the pool homes in St. Lucie West, there was a little bit better in this area. There was 8 pool homes sold out of the 38, so that's better options. And then St. Lucie West was also 50 square feet bigger than the 11 homes sold in Tradition, where St. Lucie West was at around 1850 square feet and Tradition was in the 1800 square feet. So again, this is just something to keep in mind when you are narrowing down these searches. These two zip codes are north and south of each other. They are right on top of each other. Just 95 is what separates them to get from one to the other. So if you're interested in St. Lucie West, also check out Tradition, and vice versa. Like I said, they're the HOA heavy ones, so they tend to get a similar clientele that is wanting the same things in both. So just keep that in mind when you're starting your home search in that $400,000 price range in Port St. Lucie. So that's it for the stats. I hope that you were able to find some value in this information to help you get the ball rolling on your home search in Port St. Lucie. And if you do want to start looking at homes in this price range, I do have a link in the description that you can click on, and it'll show you all the homes in the 380 to 420 price range that are actively for sale in Port St. Lucie. Yes, it will have you put your name and email in, but it only goes to me. It's not going to go to anybody else. So feel free to sign up on the link below so that you can start checking out what houses are for sale in this price range. And if there is any other information that I missed in this video, or that you have more questions on, maybe a specific neighborhood or more features in this $400,000 range, please comment them below. And if you know you are looking to move to the Port St. Lucie area and you'd like to contact me, my contact information is below. I would love to talk with you and kind of get that process started so that I can help you get your move to Port St. Lucie as seamlessly as possible. And lastly, if you are someone that enjoys this type of content where I'm talking real estate on the Treasure Coast, I will be posting regularly on this channel, so please subscribe so that you don't miss any other videos. I really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.